Welcome back to Ottawa in the Know. Well, our next guest just published a powerful new memoir. Author and former Ottawa City Councillor Keith Egli is opening up an important conversation about survival, healing, and self-forgiveness. Keith is here, thank you, to share the story behind his book, Tenacious Little F, cker. I guess I shouldn't say it, and why speaking openly about childhood trauma matters. Thank you very, very much for joining us. How are you?
Good, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you took the time to talk about childhood sexual abuse, and you wanted to make sure you can break the silence. When did you feel like that was important to bring out?
So I struggled with it while I was still in office because I felt I had a public podium to talk about it, but I also wasn't sure I felt ready to talk about it. And I remember having this internal debate and having a discussion with my therapist at the time. It said, you know, you share it when you're ready. You don't owe it to anybody else. When you're ready to do it, you'll know it, and you may never be ready to do it, but you'll know it if you are, and do it then and not before then. You don't want to do any harm to yourself in the process.
And so when did you realize it was time to share it?
So it's a process. You know, trying to figure out how to cope with this, and it got to a point where I just felt I didn't want to hold it in anymore. It was a weight. It was a weight on me, and it was a weight I didn't think that I should be carrying. It's not anything I did. It's not anything any survivor did.
Yeah.
That it's what happened to them. They didn't choose it, and they didn't have anything to do with it, except being the one that the trauma was forced upon. So it just came too really just too heavy to carry, and I just needed to barf it out, if you will.
Yeah.
And get it out of my system.
And in doing so, how are you feeling?
Again, this never goes away.
Yeah.
So there are good days and there are bad days, and sometimes when I do something like this or I do a panel, someone comes up and talks to me about it after, and sometimes that opens doors that I prefer not to be open. And so, you know, you got to retrench a little bit and figure out how to deal with that particular piece in your life. But generally speaking, you know, it does me good, and I think, you know, talking about it is helpful to people out there who aren't yet ready or able to do it.
And that's what I wanted to bring up for sure. This to me feels like an opportunity for other people to talk about it, to open up, because you really do talk about the importance of not having to live with the trauma on your own, that you should be able to share it with someone and be okay to talk about it. And so is that what you talk about quite a bit in the book? Yeah,
that's a big part of it. I mean, you carry shame, you carry guilt, you think people aren't going to believe you, or that they'll say you somehow brought it on. And in my experience, none of that is true. People are quite lovely and quite supportive when you do take that opportunity to share it. And the other thing I talk about a lot is you know, it's important to be able to forgive yourself, to realize again that it was nothing that you did, and you have nothing to be ashamed of or feel guilty about, and you need to be able, I think, to be able to get that point where you can forgive yourself.
Yeah, and did you feel like that is still something that you're going through that process, or that you've been able to?
Oh, it's a process, for sure, and even more so to get to a point where you feel that you can forgive the person who abused you. And not everybody is able to do that, and I'm not sure I'm fully able to do that at this point either, but it's something that I work at because I think, again, it will lift another weight from me.
And in this book, and as you're writing this book, did you really give an opportunity to show yourself and to readers where you can get that support when you need it?
I did, and the other piece that I did, which was a suggestion from someone who read the first draft, is a lot of it is about what your family goes through as well. And so the suggestion was made that it might be interesting for folks if my wife wrote how she felt about it all. So there's a chapter in the book that Kristen wrote that speaks to the impact on the larger family.
Yeah, and did part of that surprise you, or did you?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I knew there was an impact, but I was, there were things, so I sat down when I read that chapter, and things I didn't realize I had done, or didn't always realize the way that my wife and the kids were feeling about things. So yeah, it was eye-opening, but in a good way.
Yeah. So you're 100% happy that you wrote this book?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
I think so, yeah.
Having conversations, like you say, with people. You've got a upcoming signing. A book signing?
Yes, at Reread Books.
Yes.
On the 2nd of May.
Yeah.
Very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, and do you find that you have the longest conversations at these book signings?
We do. We do. We did the book launch last week, and one of the things we did is we did a Q&A with Samuel Pratt, who you know of course.
Absolutely.
And so we spoke about it, and there were a lot of good discussions after we finished the Q&A.
Yeah, and do you find that our community and the community you surrounded you about have been super supportive in helping you get through this, like far greater than you expected? Had you known, you would have started this years ago.
Yes, very much so. And I was overwhelmed at the book launch. I had no idea if 5 people were going to show up or what, and over 100 people showed up.
Yeah.
And it was overwhelming, but only in the best possible way.
Yeah. And did you do research as well?
Yeah, there's some pieces in there about the facts and figures, the stats, how prevalent it is. There's also a resource portion of that which gives people some hints and ideas as to where they can go for help.
Yeah. And how long did it take you to write this?
A few years. I mean, how it started was I was advised to do journaling just to get it out, and so that sort of formed the backbone. So I went back through the journals and tried to put them together and then create a narrative. And I also wanted to find the right tone. The first couple of times I tried to write down, it was kind of a dark book. And I didn't want that. I wanted people, after they read, to have some sense that there is support out there, there is hope, and you can work through this. And so I hope I got that tone. I hope I got it at the end of the day.
Well, I'm taking this copy and I'm going to be reading it. I'm sure there's great feedback. I already know there's feedback. It absolutely has, because I've read the reviews and people are saying a lot about it. But I think what I would like to say is thank you so much for writing this book, because I'm glad it helped you, but I think it's helping so many people in our community and beyond, because it is a difficult topic. But like you said, your closing statement sort of that it takes a village and support to do it.
Very much so. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being on the show. Everyone, this is A Story to Read, and if you know anyone who would like to go to the signing, it is April 2nd, May 2nd. I apologize. We'll be right back with a lot more Ottawa in the Know.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV Channel 22. I'm Josh Rackless, channeling my inner flower enthusiast to tell you that, hello there, flower enthusiasts are invited to Orchidophilia 2026, the Ottawa Orchid Society's 42nd annual orchid show and sale, happening May 2nd and 3rd at Algonquin College's Building D, which is my favorite building. Visitors will marvel at over 27 stunning orchid exhibits, attend free educational workshops including Phalaenopsis care, I know what that is because I'm an expert, and repotting orchids, and shop at local and international vendors. The event runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sunday. Tickets are on Eventbrite or at the door, with free parking in lots 8 and 9. Whether you're a seasoned grower or a newcomer, Orchidophilia promises an unforgettable floral experience. To have your community events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, post your events, and well, that's it. Your event will blossom.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV Channel 22. I'm Khadija Abdinor. The Drop Zone Open returns May 1st at Parachute, Ottawa, delivering an adrenaline-filled weekend for thrill seekers. Running throughout the day, this exciting skydiving event welcomes experienced jumpers and first-time participants eager to try tandem dives. Visitors can watch skilled skydivers perform breathtaking aerial maneuvers or join introductory training sessions. Spectators are encouraged to take in the high-energy atmosphere and scenic views. It is a unique way to kick off spring with a venture just outside Ottawa. For more details, visit parachuteottawa.ca or scan the QR code on the screen. Bring a friend and experience the excitement firsthand in a safe environment. To have your community events posted on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it.
Welcome back to Ottawa in the Know. Well, an inspiring event bringing sport, community, and inclusion together is happening here right in Ottawa and always does. Joining us are Mallory Mullen and Corey Van Roon, from Motion Ball, to share how the marathon of sport is making a difference for Special Olympics athletes across the country. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no, this is great. You literally branding.
Yeah.
For viewers who might not have heard of it, what is Motion Ball?
Motion Ball, we have an annual event here in Ottawa. Like you said, we do it nationwide now, so we've spread coast to coast. So we do an annual event here in Ottawa just to have a day full of sporting events and participating with Special Olympic athletes and a day of inclusion and fun.
Yeah, and raising lots of funds.
You betcha.
That is fantastic. Okay, so tell us about the day.
Well, we can't wait. It's this on May 9th, so it's coming up quickly at the RA Center. And yeah, like Corey touched on, it's just an all-day sporting event. We say sporting, but really anyone can participate. And the point is really to bring the community to connect and have those authentic experiences with the Special Olympic athletes. So rather than asking for a handout, a donation towards the foundation without maybe not knowing exactly what it is, we made the opportunity for anyone to come out, join a team, have some Special Olympic athletes put right on your team with you, and play a bunch of fun sports throughout the day. Some are Special Olympic staples, and some are some fun ones that we switch it up every year.
Okay, I can see your eyes twinkling there. You got some plans?
Yep, keep our participants on their toes, but it's just a really, really fun day of celebration and inclusion.
Yeah, and just back to the athletes, like you opened up the lines to sign up and it was like the athletes were on board.
Yeah, so we have upwards of 40 athletes signed up for this year's event.
Okay, and are they participating in the next, they've been past participants, they've been like...
A lot of them are returning athletes for sure. Yeah, like they sign up like as soon as the registration's open, they're online and registering right away. They all have the best time with us, and at the end of our events every year, it's okay, when's the next one? Like we want to come back and do this again.
Okay, so you're thinking of maybe doing it twice a year?
It's an annual event.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll keep it to once a year.
Okay. And so what does the day look like when we sign up?
So on May 9th at the RA Center this year, basically we do our registrations of the teams, get everybody ready. We got team shirts and hats, and get the Special Olympic athletes included into those teams. And basically we break out, and we have a list of what sports you go, and it's basically like a little tournament throughout the day, and just kind of bounce around. We have the indoor dome, and we got the curling rink at the RA Center as well. Yeah. So we got different sports, depending on the